Hey man, listen. We just got hit with another plot twist right after yesterday's already wild moment. Now hold up. Yesterday, Cameron surprised a lot of people by bringing J. Cole onto his platform for an interview. And let's be real, it's not every day you see two people who are currently tied up in a legal situation actually sit down face to face and have a conversation about it. That alone had people thinking, yo, this feels strategic. After Cole showed up on Cam's show, a lot of us, including myself, started looking at it like, hold up, was this all part of a bigger rollout the whole time? And shout out to Lauren LaRosa from The Breakfast Club, because she managed to secure some exclusive clips from that interview. One of those clips actually has Cole addressing the lawsuit directly, and I'm not gonna lie, this explanation, it's the kind of thing that could split the audience right down the middle. Some people are going to hear it and feel even more frustrated with him, while others might actually start seeing his perspective a little differently and rock with him more. According to Cole, when he first found out about the lawsuit from Cameron, he felt genuinely hurt and disappointed. From his point of view, the situation didn't have to escalate to that level. His reasoning? He acknowledged that he had been missing calls and not responding to texts, but he believed Cam should have kept trying to reach out instead of taking legal action. And listen, that right there is the core of his argument. He basically felt like communication broke down on both sides, but filing a lawsuit wasn't the move in his eyes. Now here's where things get real. You've got to decide for yourself whether that justification makes sense or not. Because depending on how you interpret it, this could either come off as honesty or as Cole shifting responsibility away from himself.
Let's just get the elephant out the room. So, when you first seen the lawsuit, what was your emotion when you see it?
Yo, I was like hurt almost, disappointed, like, cause I got so much respect for you, you know what I mean? And I look at you like I know you are as a stand-up person. When the lawsuit come out, I'm like, come on, Cam. Right. And only because it was like, in my mind, I'm like, bro, right. You really could have hit me. Like, although it was taking a long time, I don't give a fuck if you would have called me and been like, yo, nigga, what the like you could have scraped on me, we could have argued, boom, boom. I would have preferred that than the other way, because I was just like, damn, Cam, like it never got to that point where you couldn't like holler at me or whatever. Right. So my first thing was disappointment. And my first thought was like, fuck it then. Like this nigga ain't even know I was still gonna come to his show. Right. Like, my first gut reaction, like, damn, and it's like misinformation, the lawsuit itself, and you know, the internet running with it. People hit me like, yo, what's going on with the Cam shit? Boom, boom. So like my ego reaction is like, all right. Quietly, I'm like, man, fuck this nigga, boom, boom. Right. But quickly, I'm like, but nah. Like, I get it though. Let me put myself in his shoes. Like, yo, the nigga feel like he was getting a runaround. Right. You know what I mean? He don't know you for real. And Cameron is probably like, I seen this movie before. Right. You don't fuck with me. You don't want to do the favor. You trying to drag me out until I don't want to do it no more. Right. All right, nigga, bet. And I got one in the chamber. Right. I never signed that paperwork for that fucking, for that verse. So here you go, boom, just to like hit me in the rib. You know what I mean? And it's like, I still said in my mind, I was like, yo, I'ma still go see Cam.
And which, of course, it was never gonna go nowhere, but for me, it was more like, I need to get this.
Now, hold up. What you just heard in that clip is Cameron basically admitting that the lawsuit wasn't really going anywhere. He even acknowledged that it didn't have strong legal merit, and at the end of the day, it was more about getting J. Cole's attention than anything else. And listen, that's where things start sounding a little wild. Because admitting you filed a lawsuit knowing it wasn't solid raises eyebrows. Like, I'm not a legal expert either, but that kind of move can come off as questionable at best. Judges don't usually appreciate their time being wasted, and while a lawyer might still take the case, openly framing it as attention-driven could come back later in ways people aren't thinking about. But at the same time, hold up, there's another side to this. You can't ignore the level of honesty and self-awareness Cam showed in that moment. Because realistically, how long are you supposed to keep chasing someone who keeps dodging your calls? If you've reached out multiple times about something that was agreed upon and there's still no response, at some point you've got to step back and reassess. In Cam's mind, if someone can't even send a quick message saying, yo, I'll get back to you later, that already signals a lack of mutual respect. And once that respect starts fading, it changes how you move entirely. Now, Lauren LaRosa also dropped additional clips from the interview where Cole opened up about his relationships with Drake and Kendrick Lamar after the beef, along with his thoughts on whether things between Drake and Kendrick got out of hand.
Actually, where you at with them friendship-wise today?
I'm in the same place.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, yo, I genuinely love these niggas, but I'm not gonna act like we've been communicating and talking. You know what I mean? I've had conversations with them like post everything, you know what I mean? But it's not like it's a lot. That's me not knowing where they at. Me maybe assuming because I done heard X, Y, and Z.
Right.
But it has nothing to do with like how I actually feel. I genuinely love these niggas. Like I be wanting to shoot off a text. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna lie, but even saying that on the mic is kind of lame to me, but it is my truth.
Do you think that the Drake and Kendrick thing got totally out of hand? Do you think it spiraled out of control?
The world, right away, the world became like politics. You're either Democrat or Republican. You're either Kendrick or you Drake. And you gotta pick a side, boom, boom. And I felt like the nigga that was like disgusted both ways damn near. You know what I mean? So when you say, did it get out of hand? It's like, creatively, that's not my place to say.
Right.
But I think the out of hand that I think is like, to me, is like disgusting how people try to use that opportunity, either show how they really felt about Drake the whole time, or just like pile on
that's a fact.
And tear this dude down and like create a narrative as if he's not great. It was a whole campaign and probably still is to this day.
Right.
So on one hand, it's like, yo, I feel weird and they're gonna make headlines out of this. Just like when I see Kendrick get the moment he had, the pop out, the stadium, the Super Bowl,
the Grammys.
I'm like, I'm just as proud of this nigga as I was when I knew him back then. But I also hate that for Drake. And I hate how the world turns on him. And simultaneously, I'm over here like, man, I hope Iceman go crazy.
Listen, man, it looks like this Cam'ron and J. Cole interview is shaping up to be a solid one. For everyone who's been waiting for Cole to go into full detail about the battle, this conversation dropping on Wednesday seems like it's gonna deliver exactly that. I'll definitely be tuning in as well. At this point, it's clear the interest isn't just about the interview itself, it's about getting clarity straight from the source. Now it's your turn. What do you make of Cole's explanation to Cam and Cam admitting he didn't really have a strong basis for filing that lawsuit? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.